skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2024 ski test. I've got a K2 Disruption MTI for you today, and this ski was kind of the original flagship of the Disruption line, offering that front side capability and performance for a ski company that doesn't have a race department anymore, so they've really kind of put all their eggs more into the all-mountain and freestyle side of the basket. But this Disruption series a few years ago marked their kind of return into carving, putting their own K2 spin onto it. So we've been on this ski for a few years now, and quite frankly have a really high impression of it. Once we get a few years under our belts of skiing on this thing, it starts to just make more and more sense. So they've done a great job. They get to build it from the ground up as opposed to having a race model to base the construction and shape off of. So they get a lot more freedom and creativity to kind of build the ski how they want, which I think is a really good thing. This MTI here is built with a combination of aspen and maple in the wood core. So a little bit harder wood, and that maple really takes the stiffness of this ski to the next level. And then they use their Titanal I-beam. So by putting that central strip of metal down the middle and then expanding to full width underfoot and then putting it back to the middle here in the end, really gives this ski a true tip to tail damp and stable overall feel. Really grippy underfoot. They do use an additional sidewall here to really boost that underfoot zone, this power wall. Probably shows up on camera, this red zone here, just an additional stiff layer of vertical sidewall underfoot. Really takes it a long way, combining with that metal to make this thing super grippy and really, really trustworthy when you're on firm snow and ice. Then we get their dark matter damping, so they're able to put these elastomer materials in the forebody and in the tail here where a lot of the vibrations happen. That kind of takes it down a notch, just filters out any of, a lot of the unwanted chatter of the ski, just keeps it more smooth and stable in, on firmer snow. 74 millimeters underfoot generates a 17-meter turn radius, kind of on the longer side, especially for this shorter 170 centimeter length. So skiers that kind of like to take a more direct line down the fall line will be able to do so. A lot of that has to do with this long effective edge. The visually striking thing about these Disruption skis is just this flat and squared off tip shape here. So no taper, flat tip, and then back to no taper. For all intents and purposes, this is a fully cambered ski as well, so you get that long effective edge. Anytime the edge or any part of the ski is engaged in the snow for a longer period of time, you're getting a smoother performance as a result. No rocker back here in the tail, no taper either, so that's going to give you performance to the end of the turn. Not a whole lot of friendliness built in other than the fact that they're not putting that metal full width from tip to tail. So having just a little bit of ski that is unencumbered by metal in the back portion, as well as the front for that matter. But as long as you're having some parts of the sides that are unencumbered by metal, you're at least incorporating some type of accessibility into it. Be that as it may, this ski is still very much in the advanced to expert range, mostly due to the narrowness of the waist and the stiffness of the flex. So there's some high performance skiing to be done here. Advanced expert skiers will be able to glean the most performance out of it. It is quick because it is narrow, but that doesn't mean that an intermediate will fit best on this ski. There are probably better options, but great option for that advanced expert skier that spends most of their time on trail, as most of us do. So it's a super useful frontside ski for those days that there's not fresh snow and the grooming is very good. So make sure you check out this K2 Disruption MTI here at SkiEssentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.